All right, we are live. Let's make sure I got everything set up here.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't have anything either.
There we are. We're on now.
We're good?
Yep, we're live.
All right. Let me just click on the video. Well, since there we go. Here we go. Right now. Here we go. All right. You want to introduce ourselves? Go ahead. Someone start.
Ryan from Baltimore, from RPS Dent Specialist. What's going on,
David,
guys?
Windy City Dent Repair from Chicago.
And Chris, Dentless Touch, Washington, D.C. All right, let's go over some tools while we fill this room up.
Go for it, Davo.
Well, I know you showed a CarePoint tool last week, Chris, and this is kind of from the same set, but it's I don't even know the number. I don't know. I picked it up 2 years ago randomly at MTE, and this little thing is a beast for tops of doors. A beast. It gets into those little tight little holes up top, right under the window molding there. I absolutely love this thing. And then you can pick this up CarePoint. This is a CarePoint tool. I'll try to find the link and I'll put it in the comments after the show.
It's ratcheting handle, right, Dave?
It's a ratchet handle. It can move, I love the ratcheting handle that it's enclosed. It's an enclosed ratcheting assembly. I work out in the elements. So sometimes there is, rain or something that'll kind of hit the cart. And like on the finesse tool that you're using or showing last week, sometimes that'll rust out, just from weather, sitting in the truck, stuff like that, hitting the elements. So this is an enclosed ratcheting assembly, which I love.
Now, is that a push or pull?
It's a pull, and it's a little tight. It's not like a smooth ratcheting where I think finesse is a nice smooth ratchet, but it locks into place really, really well, which is what I like. So once you get into that position that you need, it'll just stay there. I don't feel like it'll kick on me or, what's it called? Skip or anything like that. Slip on me. Definitely a great tool. And then I talked about this earlier in our previous shows. The Druze tools, adjustable door handle. Door beast. Tool. I love this thing. It's shaved. It's shaved to go. So I use this a lot on laminated glass. So where you can't really wedge it that much, this is nice because it'll slide right in there with ease. It's got a very, very sharp tip on it and a huge, huge handle.
Now, does the handle come off or is it just always?
It's an adjustable. It's also an adjustable, a pull adjustable. But it's a fat handle. You have a lot of grip on this, a lot of meat up here. And they sell, this is the shorter one. They have a longer one and I need to pick it up. But this is pretty much my go-to door tool now. It used to be the blem ratchet, like I told you, which still does serve, its own purpose because it is a little bit longer. But I think once I pick up the longer one of these from Druze Tools, I think I'll only use those two for doors because these are just absolutely amazing. The kick is so long on this. I'm not exactly sure. 5-6 inches, something like that, something crazy. And it's shaved, like I said, so also it can kind of slide in some of the braces as well. Mm-hmm. If it's kind of a looser brace, maybe on like a Honda or Toyota or something like that, it'll kind of slide right in there if I need it to, and that point will just kind of dive right in there. Love, love, love this thing. Druze Tools adjustable door handle. Definitely a go-to every single day. Does not leave the cart. Doesn't leave my side. Love this thing.
Is that tip super sharp or is it just kind of
super sharp? Super sharp. So it can also poke through any sound deadening stuff like that. That it can go through. And like I said, it's shaved all the way down the shaft as well. So it doesn't even round out up until up by the handle, which is super
really?
nice. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So it can slide into the very like a 3 Series or a 5 Series, like a BMW. Like those rear doors sometimes are a little tight back there. This, and you're trying to stick around a tool into that hole. I mean, this with ease, it just slides right in, no issues, and it has that long kick, like I said, so you're not losing any of that leverage or pushing power, especially even having the fat handle as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to pick up the longer one. Like I said, they're a little expensive. It's 165, 185 bucks, but definitely worth the money. Definitely worth the money.
Cool. Well, I've got a tool we actually talked about. I don't remember if it was last week or the week before. The extra wide Dentcraft Shorty is what I call it, with the baby blue handle. This thing, you wouldn't believe the amount of space it'll go through the brace. It looks like it's too thick in this area, but it's amazing. Backs of roofs, front of roofs. I do a lot of roofs, so the other good thing that this has really worked really well for is deck lids. Sometimes you get that edge towards the back edge of the deck lid, and it's kind of that flimsy metal. This thing really does really well. Back to the Dentcraft. I mean, they make the best whale tails. There's just
I have the green handle. I think it's an 18-inch maybe.
Oh yeah,
and that's what I use. But I do need to pick up the smaller versions because sometimes it's kind of awkward when you have the big long tools in there.
And I think in the ultra wide, I think this is the smallest one they make. I don't think they make anything smaller. So I have the one that's a step down from this width, and it's super short. I never use it. It's just too thick in the shaft. It's just almost, you don't get enough leverage with it. Gad, what were we going to say?
Well, no, I remember because I know Dentcraft has the hand ones with the short little stubs on them, but they're not a fat head like that.
No.
So that's the shortest one that they do make, or
in this style,
the fat head
shortest one in this set. Yeah.
Okay.
And I got a really cool tool coming up here. It was actually made from a good friend of mine, Dave Johnson from Dent Wizard. So if you guys want one of these, definitely hit Dave up. It's called the Dingbat. He's got the logo engraved, handle. It's actually like a miniature baseball bat that you can get at the ballpark with a Kiko tip on the end. This thing is a beast on crowns. When he was originally telling me about it, I'm like, man, that's gimmicky. This thing, he brought one over one day, and this thing is awesome. Like I explain on every show, I do a ton of roofs. Unbelievable. He took this to MTE because I packed a humongous luggage. He's like, can you bring it with you? And brought it. And I didn't have it for like 2.5, 3 weeks after we got back. Oh my gosh, I was totally missing this thing. But yeah, it's got just a screw-on Kiko tip. You can really put any tip you want in here. I never change it. The balance of it, the weight of it is just perfect. Nice non-slip handle. I remember you and Chris were like, I need to get one of those. Let me try this thing out.
Yeah, I really, really like it.
But it is an awesome tool. It is an awesome tool. Thanks a lot, Dave. I appreciate it. Second week in the row, Dave Johnson's giving me some tools, so I got to give him some love out there.
How long is it, would you say? Ish, roughly?
Probably 12, 14 inches.
Okay.
Just like literally like a bat you would get at the baseball game, little miniature, but say Chicago on it or Orioles.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice because you get the reach.
It's exactly. Nice. And you know what? The balance of it, it's not top heavy. It's not too light. It's a really good tool. And like I said, he went to the extent it's literally nicely engraved. I mean, it's a nice tool. So Dave Johnson's not going to like this too much because he's going to be getting 30 phone calls about dingbats. So, But,
Sorry.
What's up, Chris?
I'm sorry. This thing is glitchy, man. It's crazy.
Nice
Can
of
you
you to
hear
join
me?
us. Yeah,
We
it's
can
nice
hear
of you
you.
to join us.
We can hear you amazingly.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any other tools, Ryan?
I brought 2. That's all I got this week.
All right, my two are very
I can
simple.
only talk about so many hammers every week. I talk about hammers every week. So,
Well, let's go over
come
the
on.
trusty.
That's the hammer, huh? That's what
That's
you
the
brought to
hammer
the
right
table?
there.
This guy, we're bringing hundreds of dollars of tools on here, and he brings a Craftsman hammer.
The good old fashioned $19-20 Craftsman.
Hey, listen. Everyone has a Craftsman hammer in their toolbox. I don't care
No,
what
they
you say.
do not. No, they do not.
You don't have
I do.
one?
I got 2.
I used to.
I can't hate it.
I used to
got
until
2.
the wood broke or until like the handle broke off or whatever it was because I used it so much. So now I use the straight. Look at that. I use the straight Deadcraft aluminum like standard hammer. That's what I use. I love it. I
Gotta
love
go to
it.
Bad boy like this?
Got to go to that Snap-on. The Snap-on is the
Yeah,
ticket.
I do have the Snap-on one. Definitely a good tool. Sorry. But I have the second one here. And boom. I brought it home to fix it a little bit. I actually had to take a screw off of it to use it on something else. But this is the James Lee. This is the older version, not the new one. So I'm not showing you guys a crazy new one that he's got coming out. But this is a Brandon David. Was it 3D reflective boards?
That's Kessler.
The Kessler.
Oh, it's Kessler?
Yes,
Okay.
the Kessler. Well, it's Brandon David, but it's the Kessler green, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this right here is a nice it's a nice fade. So if you guys are interested in a light, I recommend the Limited with the Kessler green.
Yeah, Gene Kelly here just asked what's the best what portable light would you recommend? And I just said Limited because that's I think what we all use.
Yeah.
I use a 14. That's the 20, right, Chris?
That's the 20.
Yep, that's the 20 right there. Hopefully you guys can see that.
Limited.com.
Yep. So, and a lot of Dent companies sell it. So, a Limited makes it, but I think you can get it from Ultra and a few other companies.
Like to support.
We'll be testing out the Pro PDR one. I order it. I haven't ordered it yet, but should order it soon. That's the only 2 tools I have. So, let me do the drawing, which is so fitting. But I actually cut up everyone's name, and I'm going to draw those 4 items.
Is that in a black box case too?
It is.
Nice.
You know it.
Nice. Shake that up nice.
So I don't know if they do this all the time, but if you are part of that black box mafia, they have these nice little cases. Like I said, I give them away, so I don't really know what's in the box half the time, but I have a few of these laying around, so I don't know if they do it all the time. But so let me mix this up, and we'll do the first one.
I guess you should explain what the drawing's about if somebody's not here, Chris. If somebody was
okay. So the drawing is we hit 7,500 subscribers, and so we partnered up with Dent Craft and Stucky Tools, and they gave us some items to give away for the drawing. So that's pretty much it.
Did my name get in there? I could really use a Talon.
Well, you know, your name's not in here, so.
Oh, come on.
You should have commented. All right, so let's see. Who's it? Jesse, window, guard, and wedge.
That's it. Jesse Kierstead.
Yeah, Jesse.
Yeah, so there you go. Jesse got a window guard, and let's do one more. I don't want to look. So we got PTSD, and he wants a glue pulling kit.
Nice. It's a nice little kit. Nice variety of tabs.
So we only have one of those. So hopefully most of them are the window guard and window wedge. All right, let's see. And we had 105, I believe.
That was the total.
Mr. Rodriguez. And window guard and wedge. Got two more. Make this quick. This is, yep. Is that
Jordan,
is that
Pitkin,
Jordan?
wedge and guard.
Jordan. Yep. Can y'all see that? It's like reversed on my end.
No, you're
All
good.
right, cool. One more. Nope. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So those are the winner, guys.
With the window guard and wedge. PTSD
Yep.
with the glue pulling kit. Eliud Rodriguez, window guard and wedge, and Jordan Pitkin, window guard and wedge.
Yep. There you go. Thanks,
Chris,
Dave,
you
for
can get
typing
those
that up
shipped
for me.
out. Hopefully, you can get those shipped out quick.
And when you guys use those, when you receive them, give us some feedback on them. We'll pass it along to Dent and Stucky. You know, just say, hey, we love the guard, or hey, we love the wedge. This is why. You know, on the next show or whenever you receive them.
Yep.
At least give us a little bit of feedback would be awesome.
Yeah, because I don't have that wedge.
Oh,
And,
that wedge.
I'm
I haven't used
definitely,
it today.
I know you guys keep telling me I need to pick it up.
We've been talking about it since MTE.
Yeah. Definitely need to pick that up.
Hopefully I'll have these out to you guys this week. Well, I will have them out to you guys this week. And then, like Ryan said, just give us some feedback. You guys can on the next show. I'm going to repost what Dave just posted so you guys know.
All right, guys, I guess we'll start with the questions this week.
Yes, definitely.
Did you get any email questions?
I actually had an email question about the training that we're putting together. And just to touch briefly on that, website is coming together nicely. And it should be up in about another 14 days, I think. Did you get a chance to check a look at it, Warner?
No, it's been a crazy day.
Okay,
Crazy day for me.
So we are doing the training, and we're getting that squared away. So we will have more information about that. So that was the only question I had based on email.
I had a fella reach out. I don't quite remember his name. He actually called me yesterday during like my Easter dinner.
Okay.
He's from Canada. Super nice guy. He was having trouble with creases, with horizontal creases.
Okay.
I explained to him to give me a call on the cell phone. You know how it goes, the time difference, and we're all busy. So, really, one of the things that I've done with creases is just make sure you touch each one of your pushes are touching. You know what I mean? You're going to run that line of that crease.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make sure that each push is, if not close, almost touching. Because if not, you start that zipper effect. You know, I was talking to one of the guys that came in town this weekend for some additional training, and we were talking about creases, and he's like, I zipper them up. I was like, yeah, we've all done that. So, you know, the biggest thing is take your time and just slowly watch it. Sometimes you run a line down the center, or some guys go from either side. You know, it really depends on the way that you like them. I mean, what do you do, Chris?
I go from one side to the other. That's typically what I do.
Yeah.
How about you, Dave?
I try to get my tool, depending on where the crease is, I try to make sure my tool can hit the entire crease first. So I'll drag my tip along the entire thing, kind of just trying to find out where the start is, where the end is, and hopefully I can get my tool all the way in there. If not, then I know I need to heat up the glue and maybe start the glue on the one side and then tool the rest. And then when I do start them, it's very, very slow, as opposed to a regular dent or something like that. You know, a circular dent crease takes time, it takes finesse, it takes a lot of patience. That's where, you know, people are like, I don't have the patience for this stuff. Creases will definitely test your patience. Creases will definitely do that because when you go to cross-check and you see that zipper, you may have just made, you know, an hour to 2 hours worth of more work for yourself if you're not careful when first starting that crease. So yeah, put that board parallel. Make sure you can see the center of that dent. And depending on how deep that crease is, you know, I'm using either a fatter tip with a, you know, a soft cap on it, maybe like a R4. If it's, you know, a more shallow crease, I'll get a sharper tool. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking those pushes and I'm putting them really, really close together, nice and slow, just bringing up that, making slow passes throughout the entire crease. Not trying to fix it all at once, just trying to bring it all up evenly, nice and slow, and go for the cross check from both sides too. I don't know, a lot of people don't understand that. You need to cross check from both sides. Yeah. So if you're working a crease, you need to put your board perpendicular from the one side, turn that board around and hit that crease from the other side and look to see, and make sure you're cross checking from both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree. Yeah, have you guys ever set up two lights, one kind of parallel? I think that works quite well. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I call it the
I've
L.
done that. Yeah, I've done that on a few repairs that I know is going to be kind of a lengthy repair. I kind of will set up two lights if I have them. Sometimes it's just a limited board and a regular light. I actually use the Pro PDR 36-inch. So that's a little more mobile than my 46. It's 46 gets in the way a little bit sometimes. So you'll be seeing more of that.
So C. Miller here said on the standard door ding, dime to quarter size, are you generally glue pulling first or tooling from start to finish? Me personally, tooling. Yeah, tooling.
Tool, yeah.
It really depends on the depth. You know, if it's super sharp.
True, very true.
But most of the time, it's just metal on metal. Crank them away.
If it's a standard, you know, if you're saying a standard, you know, door ding in that middle of that door, I'm going to go ahead and get that. I'm going to grab that Druze Tools adjustable door handle. I'm going to start that thing, use that from start to finish.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. And then Jai Slick here said, what's the trick to pushing aluminum? And,
sharp.
You know, it's funny because it was Friday. I had a body shop call, and it was a Porsche Panamera, a 2016 Porsche Panamera white, with two, I'd say maybe $50 size shots in the front door, and then two half shot size in the two dents in the rear door. Not even thinking and checking to see if it was aluminum first. But when I put that tool in there and started pushing, you can just tell, you get that little feel where it's like it's not pushing how it should. And they both oil canned, both front and rear doors oil canned. I spent about 2.5 hours on it, and I actually wish I had the hot box or the aluminum hot box at this point, because I think that would have helped shrink down the size of these dents, and then I could have went ahead and gone in with the tool. But I pretty much wasted 2 hours of my day trying to push these 4 dents on this door that were just not going to come out. I don't know the actual trick. I used a sharp tool. I used the pick tools. I actually took the door panel off. I was in there with an ultra pick tool, and just due to the size and the radius of them and the depth of them, there was no way they were going to be fixed. And I, you know, if I was more maybe inclined with aluminum, or I don't know if it was just the damage itself, it just wasn't happening. So, body shop said, "Hey, customers, go ahead."
Sounds like it wasn't that repairable. So,
you know, it looked repairable. You know, they didn't look that bad. It's just when you went in there, where they were, the placement of them, it was under the brace in there. It wasn't happening. So smaller dents, metal on metal, you know, heat, but
definitely sharp. I use the PDR finesse stuff a lot on aluminum. you know, the 245 door tool or the 226L or 226R, or if it's a quarter or, you know, something I can get a regular rod tool in. I use their what is that? The Mark Turkish set or whatever that set's called. That's an awesome aluminum tool. So, but mainly sharp and heat. I'm not a big aluminum glue puller.
Yeah, I've done an entire Mustang hood. I would say roughly around 150 dents in it, and it took me, I think it was 16 hours on that hood. It's a braced up hood. I think it was like a Boss 302 type hood. And anyway, you can't cut the glue. It was just bad, man. It was bad. But that hood is like, I believe it was $1,500 new, and plus paint and all that material. So they had a little money in that hood, but I had to glue pull pretty much the whole front half of that hood. So it's aluminum, of course.
So Mobile Dentex asked me, what did the body shop say about the dents not coming out, and does it hurt my rep?
Great question.
It's actually a great question, because when I got done, the look on my face, the look of defeat, it was just there. Like I didn't even have to say anything.
And you know it. You know it. That's like ruining hours of your day. You know, this is my thought on the whole thing. Go ahead and finish, and I'll tell you my thought.
Well, he's like, don't beat yourself up. I'm like, no, I hate when that happens, when you just can't fix something. You go in there so confident, like you can, and it doesn't happen. He's like, it's okay, man. It's okay. He's like, what would you, he's like, he'd ask what would you have charged if it was a clean repair? I told him, and he told me to charge him actually for my time. And I said, I'm not going to do that. He's like, charge me for your time. So I did. Calls me about 2 hours later, so the customer's not going to pay the bill, and I said I figured they wouldn't, and it's okay. I told you that. So it was okay. It wasn't a huge thing. It didn't hurt my rep. They're still going to call. But I told him it was stretched aluminum, and I tried. He saw that I was there for about 2 hours at least trying. I think it would have hurt my rep more to just say it was stretched aluminum and not try and not show them, because then they think that, oh, you're just lazy. Well, no, I'm not lazy. I'm giving you my professional expertise. But body shops think we are magicians and that we are miracle workers. And they want to see the effort, at least, instead of just taking our expert advice that we work on this stuff every single day, The
other thing with you trying to repair it, it eliminates another company coming in behind you.
Correct.
If you would just say no, they're going to they could call somebody else and say, hey, come on in. It gives them that chance. If you get in there and you've tried, a lot of companies, if you walk up on a dent and it's priorly pushed, a lot of times you're like, whoa. I mean, I can't say anything. I did one with Benny this weekend, but in a shop situation, that's a lot of companies will say, I'm not touching it. My feeling on that whole thing that Dave was talking about, if the customer's at a shop or even retail, they call you to have a dent repaired, they're either going to have you repair it or it's going to go to the body shop. So my thought is, let me try. I had one Saturday. I looked at a picture. I was like, yeah, no problem. Scheduled them. I knew it was going to be a tough dent. I turned the corner and I was like, woo, I don't know if I can fix this, but let me try. He's coming to you because he wants it fixed. So if you get in there and you can't fix it, he's going to go to the body shop anyway. So most of the time,
back to square one.
The customer is in no worse shape than they were when they came to you for the most part. But, that's the chance you take.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little annoying, though, because you kind of go, I knew it. I knew I should have stopped an hour ago and not waste that time, or said no. And you get a lot of body shop owners or car dealers will say, just try. And you're sitting there going, this is a waste of time. Why is he doesn't listen? He's not listening to me. So I don't know. Maybe it's a little respect thing, but I think everybody's been in your shoes, Dave. I think I've still have that happen to me sometimes, a lot sometimes, because I know it doesn't happen to you often, right, Dave?
No, I went in there very confident that I could fix it. I went in there very super confident, like, yeah, I'll be done in about an hour. No, 2 hours later, they're still, and they oil can. So the thing is, they were flat, they were clean, but they were oil canned. So they were a
Yeah.
little high. I mean, I guess they weren't flat. They were high, a little high. It was a white vehicle. It was a white vehicle. And
Look pregnant.
yeah, it was high, yeah, it was high or low, you know. And then when they went to, you know, of course, every body shop owner will run their hand over it, you know, because they can just, they have that magic touch that they can just feel it, you know. And then all of a sudden that thing just went right back in. And I said, yeah, I told you, stretched aluminum. There's nothing I can really do about that. And when you tell them, you know, it's aluminum and you understand, and they know you understand that it's aluminum, they've gone to classes, they've been taught as well about aluminum panels. Right. So they understand that there is a threshold that can't be broken, or that we have to, you know, abide by, where we can't fix certain things with aluminum, and they understand that. So I think just me at least trying, the look of defeat on my face after kind of just reaffirmed that, hey, this wasn't fixable, but I gave it all I could. And, you know, that was it.
I had one just the other week. I think I sent you guys a video of this roof that a tree branch fell on. I think the whole tree fell on it. And I look at the estimator and I said, this isn't coming out. And he's like, what do you mean? You fix everything. No, this definitely isn't coming out. It was like an older Chrysler 300 roof, and it was just creased all the way across it. And I looked at him. I said, we got two options. You can put a roof on it, or I'll push it to paint. You know, and the good thing with a lot of my shops, I've been doing their work for a while, and they know when I say it's not coming out, they know it's not coming out. You know, I'm pretty lucky with that. So,
that's good.
I just had one Saturday with Benny. It was a new Mazda pearl white. The grandson punched the fender, and the father tried to fix it with a flathead screwdriver. Every single push, the paint was cracked. You know, not peeling off, but you could see stress cracks. Benny was in town for some additional training, and he's like, there is no way I would touch this thing. I would walk from this thing all day long. It turned out pretty good, you know, for what it was. I mean, you can still kind of see the stress cracks. I'll put it on my Instagram tomorrow morning for you guys to check it out. But, you know, stuff like that, I call it crap work, but I do it all the time. So, you know, stuff like that, don't be scared. Just dive in. That's what I told Benny. I said, look, worst you're going to do, the paint's cracked.
I was about to say, there's nothing else. You're going to crack the paint more, which it's already cracked. And if you fix it, all it needs is touch up. It's not getting repainted. So, I mean, there is nothing that, you know, you're going to really lose on the entire thing.
This was even, the paint wasn't like flaking off of it. You could see the black stress cracks in the white paint all over. And I ended up wet sanding and buffing this thing. You couldn't even feel the cracks, but you could see them. I almost like melted the clear back over the cracks. But man, it was terrible. When she pulled up in the parking lot, I was like, whoa, it's white and you can see it from a distance. You know you're in trouble.
You know you. Oh man. Any of you guys have a problem? I know white is very hard to see dents, but as you're working a dent, any of you guys have an issue with actually finishing the dent on white? I know I have to switch my light and all that stuff.
I'm using the Kessler
kind of
green.
cater to that white vehicle.
It works really well on the white.
I use shade. Green. If I can't really see, shade will usually just help. I have a shade board, like just a black piece of plastic pretty much with a lock line, and I'll put that right over the dent, and that'll pretty much get me to where it's enough shade. It's solid black. And then if not, I'll use my mobile tech shade. I have a mobile tech shade that I carry around with me in the truck. And if I know I'm on a bigger repair, I'll go ahead and break that thing out and, you know, use that on white vehicles if I need the shade, or if I'm not getting that reflection that I need.
So have you guys ever had a dent to where you could not find the crown? You're pushing away and you know there's a crown and you can't find it. You've knocked down every crown that you can see, and you've looked in every 360 degrees on this thing and you can't find it. Have you run into that problem?
That Porsche Carrera that I did a couple weeks ago.
I remember doing that.
That Porsche Carrera, that definitely had a lot of ups, highs, lows, crowns. He already tried some stuff. And you can see it was an oval-ish type dent. So, but it was the way on the body, like the way it was on the body line. It's already on a rounded surface with a high. So that was definitely really, really tough. I was kind of almost hitting blind at that point, and kind of knocking down some things that I shouldn't have. But I was able to bring those back up to where they needed to be after the fact. So
I had one.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dave. Finish what you were saying.
No. That was it. Yeah.
I had one on Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. 17 or 18 Volkswagen Beetle quarter. And it was a big, nasty egg. I mean, like 2 fist size on the roll. I could see the crown at the top where it meets the actual quarter panel because it's on that flare. Took the taillight out. You could get right to the dent. Got most of the dent out. But, man, that last 10%, I thought I could feel the crown. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. We got it out to where it looked really, 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 really good. But I know, I'm like, there's still a crown somewhere. So I didn't know if you guys had a tip on.
Well, the fact that you're seeing, well, I mean, I know, you know, you've been doing it for a long time, but as a beginner tech, they're not understanding how that metal is moving to notice that crown. The feel of it. Yeah, exactly. Where you're pushing just a little bit too hard, something's holding it up. And then that's when you start strategizing and thinking, what's in the way? What do I need to knock down? Even when the crown, I did one today. I can show you the picture. I did one today and it had a nasty crown, but I didn't just go straight for the crown or straight for the center. I basically, did a combination of both. And as the crown was actually telling go down. So when it kind of stopped, I was like, okay, let me just start pushing that center and then start knocking down that crown. So just for you beginner techs, you really got to pay attention to how the metal is moving. And sometimes if it's just not moving or it's a little more effort than what it needs to be because of your leverage, maybe look at what's kind of binding it up. You'll
feel it. You'll almost feel it. I 2 weeks ago when Benny was in town, 2 weeks ago, we were really feeling he was having trouble with crowns. And I'm like, feel the tension. You know what I mean? You almost feel the way the metal's pushing. So it's really a feel of it. Sight, a little bit of sight and a little bit of feel, but a lot of it's how that tool feels in the center.
I think taking your light, the cross check is huge.
360 is what I said.
360, yeah, 360 degrees.
So what percentage? I won't percentage at least, but he's asking what percentage of tool purchases do you have, I guess, per year that you spend on the business. I would just do a dollar amount. At least that's what I'm doing. It's hard to kind of give a percentage for me.
Yeah, I mean, same thing, same here. I don't know. I've had the set that I've had for quite a while.
What do you spend a year?
Not much. I kind of go, I don't know.
I'm a big researcher. I kind of wait until the tool's out for a little while and let all the guys be like, yeah, this is no good, or no, this is good. And then I kind of go to MT and touch it. I'm a big touch before I buy, just kind of feel it out before I just go out and buy a bunch of stuff you don't need. That's my thing. Is I've got a little Dora Explorer backpack with all my tools in it, and I have a 3-drawer toolbox in my truck, and I rarely use it. Everything's in that bag. I mean,
you guys buy tools now, so put a dollar amount on what you guys spend.
I don't know, $5,000
over the course of a year. Over the course
of 1 year,
$4,000.
$4,000,
including glue. Glue and tabs. I mean, are you including that?
Yeah, I guess you're including the small stuff. I don't know his questions. It wasn't as detailed, but
I'd say 10, 15%. I mean, maybe 10%.
Well, I'm doing a dollar amount.
$3,000 or $4,000 at the most.
$3,000 or $4,000.
I'm frugal, so me.
I'm a little different. I spend almost $10,000 I probably spend more than $10,000 a year on stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I know you.
Everybody's
do
constantly
I know you do for
losing stuff and breaking stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think once you have your set, you know, and you have your go-to tools, it's all extra after that. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff is repetitive. A lot of the stuff out there can do the same thing. So
how much do you think it'll cost to get to start? Like, if you had to just buy everything that you have, if you had to start all over, how much you think you will spend? I know you got to do the math.
5Gs. I think you could get that. I think you could get in a truck for 5Gs.
I mean, right now, to push everything that you're pushing around, if you lose everything and you have to actually buy everything you need to operate, what would you spend?
Well, I'm a lot better than I was before, so now I don't need as much.
True.
Now he just needs a soup spoon and his butter knife, and we're good.
Yeah, I think
I budget.
I'd say 5.
Yeah,
because you
I budget
exactly
my techs.
You know what you
buy
need.
a set. You don't have to buy a set of paddle tools that you're only going to use 2 or 3. You're going to buy just 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I have a budget on my guys of $4,500 when they first start, and then they are allowed, I believe, they're allowed $800 a year for new tools, and we just roll that out so that way I don't have to keep as they break stuff. Not really. One tech just bought a new light, so that was a new 36-inch Pro PDR. He was begging for a light, and I said, "Well, you can take the big one or the small one." He decided to get the smaller version because he does a lot of door ding stuff and then occasional hail. So the shop does have 4 hail lights that they can go to all the time. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sporadic with the tools. Like last year when that hail hit, I didn't have a hail light. I don't, we don't get that much hail here in Chicago. I'm not a big traveler for hail. I may now be. We'll see,
I mean, what did I do? I did 150,000 in hail with a 14-inch Illuminant light. So, you do with what you got.
Yeah, you make do. But last year, I'm so glad that I did get it. I got the $600 light from A1. It comes with the stand. I bought a battery at Advanced Auto Parts, and it got me through that little storm. And it was exactly what I needed. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't stupid expensive. Your basic hail light. I think it's 5-6 strips, something like that. $600. It was like the cheapest one out there. That was somewhat of quality. That came with the stand and everything, and I love it. I actually called Brandon David to make 2 different lenses for it because the lens that did come with it I didn't like. I wish it was more clear, like the Illuminant clear. It's more foggy, and I like a nice sharp fade on it. So I had him make me a green lens and a fire. I think it's the amber red or fire amber red. Lens for it, and those work magnificently inside a shop. They would light up the entire panel perfectly, and it's $600. But before that, no hail light. I didn't need one, and now I have one. And so now I take it on bigger damage. If I know I have bigger damage, that Porsche Carrera that I was working on, I had that thing out. It's nice. I like it.
So we got a question in here. Have you guys seen the new ultrasonic dent machine? It shrinks
I just
metal.
Googled it. I just Googled it. I can't find it.
The Power PDR. It's the same
That's
thing.
not...
I think they just rebranded it, didn't it?
No, the Power PDR is like a welder with a. I think it just. I don't know. I mean, hopefully he. What is it? Antonio? I think it was. No, it was Anthony. So hopefully he.
Straight Lines is asking, is the snake tool the regular or the raised snake tool? Also, if you could only use it on a crease that would allow an angle. I don't own it. I don't think any of us have the snake tools.
I think Dave was commenting with him. We'll try to get Dave on next week to talk about those Steinliner, I think they call it Stanliner tools. Yeah, let's try to ask Dave to get on here because he has those tools. I'm pretty sure he's had enough time.
If you guys need a tool review from anybody, Dave Johnson, Dent Wizard, he's always got the new tools. Always. He's my quick review guy.
I'm jealous.
He's always got it. Always. But the guys have true passion. So it's true passion for the industry. So
yeah.
So another one. Hi guys, what's the most important tools for beginners?
A limited light.
And a good
hook tools.
Good
hook tools, door tools. I like the Dent Craft door tools. Best bang for the buck. Sorry.
Yeah. I know you like
$199.
I know you really like those too. I know you like them. The thing is, I don't like the way you have to push on them. You have to pull them rather than push.
I only use the small ones. I
use the small ones.
I kind of go like this. So
how you have to pull more because they're backwards.
No, I gotta show you.
They're mixed.
The black handle set, right?
Yeah,
we had a black handle set.
Forward and couple back.
I see. I thought maybe I only have the back.
No, they're all forward, I think.
Yeah, they're all forward, right? And like it's a more. I feel like my wrist.
The adjustable tool set. The adjustable tool set, I understand. I like it, but for $199, most of the time, you're a beginner. Maybe money's tight, or you need to spend a lot of money into various different tools. So I'm telling you, get that door, the black handle door set for $109. You will buy tools for $109. You're one tool for $199. So get that kit. That kit, I use it to this day. I'm on my second kit. If they double the price of that kit, I'll still get it.
Mm-hmm. It is
that's kind of how I feel about that kit. They should almost double the price because it's that good. So I really think that's good. So any knockdown advice? What else will you need as a beginner?
Just
VIP
a standard
knockdown.
No,
standard
not
knockdown.
for a beginner. No way.
Standard Dentcraft 3.5, 3-inch, or
VIP with
interchangeable.
A beginner. They're gonna put holes in the panel. It's coming off.
So, now our learning tools are double bends and maybe some single bend 90s, and we work on a hood. I like using the edgy tool door. I think what is it? The hooker, I guess they call it.
Yeah, the hooker.
The hooker. So I use that now more so than the chain and ring. Yeah. The hook and ring. So, but that's what we use to train. If you're asking about that. So it's just a double bend, about a 36-inch, and you just go to town. And I normally give them one whale tail when they get, just so they can experience it. So,
what roll around shop light would you buy right now to replace an old light? Ultra, limited size, larger the better.
A limited 20-inch.
He wants a roll around.
I'm sorry, Pro PDR, yo.
Oh,
that fade is beautiful.
I can't comment. I only got the A1, so
I really like the look of the Dent technology light. The fade on it. All the guys that I've heard have been.
Have you seen
really
it?
Happy.
Have you actually? I didn't get a chance to see it.
But just the fade, the distance of the lens to the LEDs is dead on. I know James is coming out with a hail light, so
okay.
It's got an adjustable lens.
I'm waiting for that. That I'm waiting for.
Adjustable lens. It looks like a really, 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 really good light.
When he comes out with that, I'll probably be selling my A1 light, so I'll let you guys know when I'm doing that. Someone come pick it up for me. And so
me too.
I'll let you guys know, and we can maybe we can do a raffle for it. Maybe I'll just give it away. There
you go.
I would like to sell it though. But yeah, I'm gonna wait. I love James Lee's lights. I love his quality. I love everything about the
service.
I love everything. I love everything about the entire company. So I will support that company until they stop making tools. And their lights are amazing. I love the glue guns are amazing. Everything comes out with its quality.
I mean, perfect example of the customer service. Dave broke his glue gun. Emailed James Lee. Boom, got pictures. Brief, you can fix it.
Yeah, I was able to fix it on the spot.
Thing. I had an issue, I don't know, maybe last year. Dave, I know you broke your glue gun. How did you put it together? Boom, I had pictures. Could fix it back in order in 20 or 30 minutes.
Yep.
That customer service, if every company out there was like that, this industry would be totally different.
And it was on the spot. Like, I'm in the shop, the gun broke. I'm like, crap. I Facebook messaged him. I showed him pictures. I'm like, hey, I have it all apart. What do I got to do? And he's like, this is what happened. This is what, just let it heat up a little longer. You're pretty much just pressing it too hard and you're trying to force that glue through and it's not going through. You just need to wait a little longer. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is what happened. Put this back here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, cool. Same thing happened to Ryan like a month or two later. I'm like, yo, here you go. And I'm like, here's the pictures. And we were able to fix it right on the spot within minutes. Loved everything from Luminant is quality. I love the lights. I love the way they look. One thing I do recommend, I like the clear lens on all of the lights. You can do the Brandon David boards as well. But if you're on the site, and I don't know, I think he does offer some on the site. But I recommend the clear lens. I love it. Super, super bright. It has the dimmer if your eyes are a little sensitive to it, so you can dim it down. But it lights up that entire panel.
I think Anthony just sent me an email. So he's talking about the Power PDR because he just sent me a video of.
Yeah. I thought it was the Ultra is rebranding it.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems to work pretty good. I tried it out at MTE, and it seems to work pretty good. I haven't personally tried it, but I need to order one. I keep saying I'm gonna order one, and I keep forgetting.
At least you remember the name this time, so we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I just gotta remember to call them. All right. Any other questions? If you had to pick one tool, go ahead.
Jose was the next question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Depending on where you came from, how more cocky did you become after being a PDR tech and after? I wouldn't say like personally I got cockier, but I will say, not in my regular daily life or anything, I got cockier from being a PDR tech. But as my skills got better, I wouldn't say cockier. I call it confidence. I call it confidence. It's not cockiness. It's knowing your limits and knowing what you're able to fix. And you maybe have seen some competitors work around the way, and then that car came into a shop, or you went to a retail and that car, well, we had this person come out. You're not asking for it. People just kind of tell you who fixed it or what, whatnot, and you're able to go in there and repair it 100%. That just builds your confidence for the next time. I wouldn't call it cockiness.
Yeah. Remember what that guy said? I love what he said. Do you remember, Dave?
What?
That gentleman that we were speaking to at the bar at MTE. I forget his name. I gotta. He had like the red. Dave, you remember? Was it Ryan? I was standing beside. God dang.
What was it?
I got something about cockiness and confidence.
Yeah. It was like cockiness and confidence, and
there's a fine line or something.
There's a fine line. Yeah. He had a good statement. I gotta call him. I'm gonna see if I can get his number. If you remember his name, It was a cool dude to talk to, and he made a good point.
Talked to a lot of people that weekend.
Yeah. I gotta look back and see if I can.
And guys, if you're new to the channel or new to PDR, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking out Mobile Tech Expo. Even if it's for a day, if you can do the weekend, the tools, the seminars are a great thing, but you will meet PDR techs from around the country, around the world. Yep. And these questions that you're asking can be answered in so many different ways. This is just our perspective that we're giving you. You go there, and just the knowledge and the information and the friends you meet that you can make at Mobile Tech Expo is amazing. So if you guys have a chance, definitely check that out. It's typically the second to last week of January.
Definitely stay at the hotel.
Yeah, stay at the hotel. It's great.
The year before that, I didn't stay there. I stayed there this year. You know what? The networking end of it is amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, guys you see on Instagram, guys you see on Facebook, they're like, hey, I know you, or hey, you're the guy on YouTube, or hey, it's just an awesome environment. It is an ego fest. There is definitely a bunch of egos in that building. But it's a really good time. Even if you're a 1-year tech, or even if you're somebody that's looking to get into the industry, it would be worth you to go.
Yes,
It
the
really
seminars are perfect. I mean, whoever put those on and organized those, hats off to them, man. Because we actually go to some of the seminars, and I always pick up little pointers that I take back.
The
So I
Kiko
definitely
seminar
recommend.
was good. That was a good.
Yeah, this year I really, really enjoyed it. We all three of us went. We're all sitting there, and throughout the entire seminar, we're all looking at each other like, "Oh man, look at that!" Or "Oh man, did you hear that?" And
yeah, I'm buying that as soon as we get out of here.
Yeah, you know, and
Chris and I
did,
taking pictures.
Yeah, you know, Chris is actually using. He went to. I remember him telling me he went to a shop and he had the whole chain set up with the Caterpillar tabs, and you know, just like Jonathan. Yeah, and you know, just things like that you learn at these. They have networking ones, marketing ones, tools.
We had a hard time getting around. You know what I mean? Because every time we'd walk 20 or 30 steps, we'd hit a group of people, and that would be an hour.
Start talking.
Then you walk another, and there's an hour. You know, I'll tell you, it's an awesome time.
And if you're new, it's easy to meet other people who are new, and you'll meet veterans who are willing to say, "Hey, what's up? Oh, where are you from?" Or this, that, and the other. And if you guys build a good relationship, there's no reason why they may, you know, not call you out and say, "Hey, you know, come visit me" or something like that. I know Benny's coming down to see Ryan now, and that was a relationship built off of Mobile Tech Expo, I think this last year.
Yeah.
You know, me and Ryan kind of built a little one. Me and Chris built one at Mobile Tech 2 years ago. So, you know, it's definitely something to look into if you are a PDR technician. Mobile Tech Expo is highly, highly recommended.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go to the questions here.
I think I know there was who has Carbon Tech tools.
Oh, we got a lot of questions.
Ryan has I think is.
Where's the question? I don't even see it.
It just says, do you have any Carbon Tech tools?
I have the Carbon Tech hail rod. I bought it, I guess, 2 years ago. It took me a year to really sit back and actually buy it. You know, $1,500 with the adapters and some of the pieces you need. For me, I was like, I really don't do that much hail. Let me tell you, totally worth the money. I probably use it 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes every day. I do a lot of truck bedsides. It's awesome for truck bedsides. I do a lot of Silverados, take the taillight out. I mean, you can get all the way to the cab. The quality, and another one with the customer service. Todd, we've talked periodically, you know, through Messenger. He's actually from where my shop is, that in that area. So I had an issue. There was a hatch hanger. So it's almost like a bar that hooks on the hatch and you can leverage off of it. It kept pulling the string out of it. So I saw it MTE. We were actually outside of one of the bars or the restaurant or something. I said, "What's up, Todd? You know, I want to shake your hand. I need to buy you some drinks because your rod, I mean, it made me some money this year. Saved me a ton of time." I said, "The problem I'm having is with the hatch hanger, it's pulling the string out." He's like, "Swing by the booth. I'm just going to give you another one." So, you know, I mean, that's a $300 addition to your Carbon Tech, and he's just giving it to a tech that's had it for a year. But it's an awesome tool. He just came out with some new collars. I know he's kind of hooked up with Ultra. So they've made like a collar to where you just buy the collar head and then it's different tips.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the hail light collar.
Yeah, the hail light collar is pretty sick. It's actually a magnetic. So
yeah, I'm actually talking. There's an adapter that snaps in the rod, and then you can put different tips on it. So instead of buying a whole tip piece, you buy just the ends. It's a pretty cool thing. He's also coming out with the Willys tip, to where it's a magnetic end where you can change your tips out pretty quick. So
yeah,
it's good quality. You know, it's definitely worth the purchase if you're in the market for hail rod. I keep telling these 2 guys to buy them, but
cheap.
You know.
I got to buy for everyone else. So. That'd be like a $10,000 bill for me. I don't do that much hail. Let's kind of blaze through these questions real quick. I want to make sure we answer all of them. Let's see. We go to tool. Here's a dent machine. Works. He's saying the dent machine works on all metal, even chrome bumpers. I think I really need to buy that thing. When is the next workshop? Very soon, Benny. Very soon. It's actually spent. Call them. So I need a glue gun. Chris, you have an extra. I do. I've been testing 5 glue guns out. So I'm coming up with a video that has 1, 2, 4 different glue guns. So a Limited, Stucky, the Ryobi, and the Pro PDR. So 4 different glue guns I've been testing.
All cordless?
All cordless. All cordless. I could tell you the one I used today was a Stucky one, and I'm liking that thing, man.
You were telling me, and I said
the reviews are great.
I'm still
the batteries. The batteries are the problem for me.
Well, I thought the same way. So the Ryobi batteries go quick. So it's okay when you got them out of the charger, but that Stucky light, it's a one day, like it lasts the entire day. I don't have a gun that does that currently, and because his does it.
No.
Well, it doesn't. Even with my 4 amp hour, well, you got like the
really
20,
big.
Yeah.
It'll last a couple days on
You'll see the review. There's some things that a Limited does shine at, and then there's some things that the Stucky, but the two, and then you got the nice options with the Pro PDR. I mean, Ryobi has the cost. So you'll see the video, you'll see the review, and we'll talk all about that. Do you guys worry about training someone and taking off with their own, quitting after you train them? He's asking, after you train someone, are you worried about them quitting?
Are they working for you, or are they coming just for training?
He's saying after they work for you and then you trained them.
They're going to be signing an agreement, a non-compete or some type of an agreement. Either way, any way you look at this business, you're training your competition. So, you just.
I look at it like different, man. You treat your guys well.
Yes.
And they just become family. They become friends. So even if they do leave, hopefully they leave it for better opportunities and they're not your competition, or even they help you. When I left, I always say I got fired, but I did get fired. But prior to that, 6 months later, he called me back and said, "Hey, can you work, help me out here? I got a couple of guys taking off. Can you work with me for a week?" So I was, on the phone going, "Man, what are you talking about?" But swallow my pride, and he had to surely swallow his. And I said, "Yeah, let's go ahead and bang this out, and we'll go from there." So that's basically what happened on my end, and I don't fear that, but I do try to build a relationship with all of my techs, and
try to build a good company culture.
Yeah, and we have a goal, and the goal does not work unless everybody's a part of it. So that team atmosphere that I'm bringing to the table, and I know what it's like to leave a company and start on your own. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Certain companies, you're like, "Oh, this is great." And then other companies like, "I'm running around doing more work for the same amount of money. Well, what's the point?" So that's kind of the fine line that I like to run my companies. Like, if you do go on your own, you're going to be doing more work for the same amount of money. And I think they realize that, and they're going, "Let's build this team and get the premium customers and the premium work." And we all win. Don't forget the vice president and the one under, what they say, Microsoft, Bill Gates. The last 10 people are still billionaires, So don't let it fool you. So
the number 2 at Facebook is still making a lot of money.
Exactly. So he doesn't need to spin off on his own little thing. So that's the thing. I try to make sure that the guys are taken care of. They can take the things you don't have when you're by yourself. Taking days off. If you're sick, guess what? Your customers don't care. I mean, I had a customer. I can't remember what I told him, but it was almost to the point of, "I'm in the hospital, yada, yada, yada." And he was like, "So you still coming?" I'm like, "What?" So that they just literally don't, they'll listen to everything you say and go, "But are you still coming?" So I remember I spent the entire anniversary and I had it planned, at least dinner. It wasn't nothing spectacular, but just dinner for my wife. And he basically, I left my wife at 6 a.m. to try to start my day early and didn't get home until 11:30. She was already asleep, and I felt so bad that I couldn't even get that one day. And I don't have dinner like that all the time. It was just the one time I wanted dinner. So those are the things that I want my guys. Yeah, basically. So those are some of the things that I preach to my guys is that work-life balance. And it's not really work-life balance. I think we have to do a lot, complete the work of the day. But I do give them, we don't work weekends. I probably will never work weekends just so they can have that 2 days of rest with the family. And then we go back. So as far as leaving, it's like, I don't know. It's just to me.
Work environment.
Yeah. If you have a good work environment, that's not my fear. So I don't have a problem training them. I want my guys to be better than me. So there is nothing that I hold back, but there is stuff that I need to do as a business owner that they're not aware of either. Some of the meetings that I'm in, they're not in those meetings, so they don't know what I do. Everything that I do all the day. Every day. Yeah, exactly. So, but let's see. Any other questions? I know
it says, is a hail rod as good as a double bend? I have only used the double bend for hail. It's very different. I'll tell you that the Carbon Tech rod's very balanced. It seemed to bring up some of the bigger hail dents a little faster. And I don't know if it's because, with a double bend, you're kind of pushing almost at an angle. With that Carbon Tech rod, you're pushing straight up.
90 degrees,
And it really makes a difference. If you're doing a lot of hail, I would recommend.
I use the Circus rod, the Mark Turkis or Circus, TSURKIS. I use the second to biggest rod for hail. I don't actually have a hail rod because, like I said before, we don't get that much hail here in Chicago. And I have the second to biggest one. Ryan, when I went to go help Ryan, he had the longest one that they offer, and I really, really like it. I like the way it pushes. You can buy the set for a decent amount of money, and it's a great set to get.
Yeah, it is.
I kind of wish I had gotten the entire set. I actually bought a couple pieces from it. And I wish I would have bought the entire set. But that's what I use for hail. But that's just me. I don't do that much. If I go, help out a little more this year, if I find myself doing more hail, I may think otherwise.
All right, let's get through these questions. I was kind of skimming through them. I think we got them piling up. I want to at least address most of them.
Yes, how's the leverage? Really good. Like I said, it's he makes the hatch bar and then the window bar. I don't know what they call it. It works really well. I mean, there's no flex, so
yeah,
I can't complain.
Yeah, definitely. You can go to MTE and try those rods, or come to our workshop. Ryan, you normally bring that every time. So, it's any other VIP knockdown? Do you guys worry about training? They weren't in stock. You guys acquire advanced training. So he's talking about the advanced training. For Dent Fixer, we are going to offer advanced training. We're just working out the logistics, and that should be ready to go between 14 and 30 days, at least a date and what we're going to be talking about. Read a wall of shame. What is the labor I need to charge to my customers if beginning as a good PDR tech? If you're beginning to be a good PDR tech, what is the labor to charge? I live in Montreal. And you're far from course. Sorry. Okay. So I guess if we would do, I think that depends on market location. I think you can go Midwest and probably be half the labor that you would in New York City. So.
But that's just due to cost of living, expendable cash, stuff like that. That's going to be market.
We had this talk. It was almost like Paul Corden has the price guide out, and we're all trying to standardize the market, but I can't get the same money you're getting in Northern Virginia in my area.
Right.
Can't do it.
I'll say like this. Look at your labor rate for some of the shops, not the body shops because that's set with the insurance company. but some of your dealerships or mechanical work, because I think our work is just as tedious. And at least if you're starting out, at least try to stay close to that as possible. Around here, it's like $140 an hour, 146 on certain. I mean, you're working on Mercedes anyway. No, it's not body labor, but
mechanical labor.
Yeah, mechanical labor. I don't see the difference. I mean, I know mechanics are very talented, but a lot of that stuff is in a book that they could, oh, okay, all right, I understand what to do and just go do it. Because I used to be a mechanic, and you do have to use your brain, but body labor, yeah, I think it's just controlled by the insurance company. So, so I think that's not a good body labor to kind of reference off of. So I would say some of your dealers, maybe even some of your small repair shops, just see what their labor rate is. I know a small repair shop is $75. And literally, if you go 20 miles down the road, you can't find one under 95. Just like a little mom and pop repair shop. They're around 95. So the dealers are about 146. Liability overhead. And if you offer in that great customer experience, you can probably charge a little more. I think Amazon does it quite well. If it's not the cheapest price you can find on Amazon, but it's the most convenient. So if you're going to the customer and you're responding very quickly and you're doing those Saturday and Sunday hours, you may have to charge a little more to offer that service and to continue to offer that service. So hopefully that helps you out, Sky Drones. Any other questions? Hail rod, double bend, how's the leverage? Oh man, I was way back there, huh? God dang.
In your opinion, what can you make per year as a PDR tech, retail, wholesale, hail chase, for newer guys to experienced guys? You don't have to use your individual numbers, but in general as an example. So what, in your opinion, can you make per year as a PDR tech, retail, wholesale, or hail? I think that's up to you. It
really depends on your situation.
Depends on your situation, how hard you want to work. You can have a mediocre living and just get by. You can, do very well if you put in the work. And I think that's with any job. You put in the work, you will see the fruits of your labor as it goes on.
I know service guys making $140,000 a year. Exactly. And they're just service riders. Mm-hmm. Don't even change the oil. So, but I do think it's equal. I was just talking to Christian from 5-Star Dent Repair, Dent Removal out there in Detroit area. And he basically said he just started a retail location and a little route. And from him chasing hail compared to what he has right now, it's roughly the same as what he was saying. So it's really no difference.
Hail, you're gonna have expenses, hotel, meals, stuff so like that. You're on the road.
Brokers.
Your lifestyle change. You're away from the home. You can do a route retail. You're home. You're 9 to 5 every day. Weekends off. It definitely depends on the situation, like Ryan said.
I get asked that a lot. Why don't you go chase hail? And I'm like, why?
There's a lot involved with it. People think it's easy. It's not I don't want to say it's not that's all cracked up to be. There's a lot more involved with going to just chase hail. Even me alone, visiting Baltimore and Virginia, visiting these two guys over here, rental car, driving 11 hours, staying in a hotel, food. They have their families they have to go to every night. You know what I mean? You're going to go to lunch with them. You're going to go to dinner with them. Stuff like there's a lot of other little things that kind of become involved when going to chase hail. And the hours you're putting in. Groups. Yeah, and the hours you're putting in. It's not a cakewalk 9 to 5. You're putting in those hours because you're getting these hail cars
16 hours a day. I mean, they're waiting on you. I mean, they got them lined up. I was talking to one tech, and he said he worked 3 weeks straight, didn't even know what he was going to get paid. And that's what you just have to do to make sure you seal the deal. He was just like, they're negotiating the deal. We're just going to keep pumping through. So they, another tech is going to come in and be like, well, I'll just keep working until you deal with your insurance company. So they decided to do that. I mean, 3 weeks of work. I mean, they probably racked up a
good
40,
bill,
50,000.
a good bill, depending on those cars. Yeah, a good bill. So it just depends. Going to chase hail, there's a lot involved.
Yeah. So mobile dent techs, I would definitely talk about Dentless Touch. it might be a separate video on my page. This
I think
channel.
that'd be a great video. I think a lot of people would like that. How you started out, how you grew. I enjoy the story, and I still ask you all the time. I want to know more about it, and I think you sitting down writing a nice script and telling everyone how you did it.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice.
I think would be very, very beneficial.
It's crazy. I appreciate the story. It was I mean I appreciate going.
I do too. I do too.
It's nice, all right. So yes, the Power Box was reviewed on Dent Time. So just go ahead and check his channel out. He'll probably have more in detail because I don't think either one of us have that. So, straight lines, anything? Okay, so one guy was talking about a call-in. Try to get the Skype for the call-ins.
Yeah, I think we're kind of talking about that. We'd like to do that. We'd like to start getting some other guys' feedback. I know hearing our voices and seeing our faces is, probably nice for you guys, but we also want to get more because we learn from you guys. We're kind of gauging, where not where everyone's at, but what people are wanting to know. And so it's nice. I think we can definitely
get
something
Skype like that call-in.
Yeah, maybe once a week or once a month or something like that. We can have a guest come in and take a look.
Yeah, definitely. Also, don't forget to hit that like button when you guys watching, please. It helps us out a lot.
How do you
leave
remove
comments.
Oversized dents in a foot? Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to read the question, but you want people to leave comments too, right?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, everyone leave comments. How do you remove oversized dents footprint size on a bedside? If glue pulling doesn't move it, what do you do to push without avoiding poke marks? Big rubber, big soft rubber tips. I mean, that's what I'm using.
Cold glue.
Love that cold glue. I know you do. I know you love that cold glue.
It works.
If you have to push it, the biggest rubber tip you can find.
Yes, I use the ball.
the 3-inch rubber balls. I was about to say that.
I get them from Black Plague.
Yes, Black Plague. I think he has the set.
Ones. Yep. I think it's 3 of them or 2 of them for $24 or something.
Yeah, definitely great metal movers.
So Jose was talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, as a younger guy, how hard is the other PDR techs? The age difference may affect the friendship. What's your guys' thoughts? I do not think that at all. I don't think language barriers affect anything. I don't think age affects relationships with other people. Race doesn't affect anything. I'm 27. Ryan here is 40.
Yeah, big 40.
Chris 32, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're kind of all over the board, but we click. I mean, because this is what we love to do. We talk about this every single day. And if you're just as passionate, you're going to find other guys who are as passionate. Age does not make a difference.
Dave, perfect example, Dave Johnson. I mean, he's over 40. Yeah. He's been in almost 20 years in the industry. He comes over my house and he's a direct competitor to me.
Benny's an older, I mean, it does not matter.
Yeah, 53.
When it comes to PDR, if you're just as passionate as the next guy, that's what it's about.
We're dent geeks.
Yeah, I think
Benny called it dent junkies. Dent junkies.
So when you go to Mobile Tech Expo, you're there, and I felt like that. I think last year, not this last year, but 2 years ago, I kind of like, man, there's a lot of quote unquote older guys here. But there were younger cats than me, and then but I'm talking to everyone. And where are you from? What do you do? Do you have a route? Do you have it? You have stuff to talk about, and then if you're just going to talk about it,
right?
I don't think that affects anything. It's Ryan's past your bedtime.
It is. I start my day at I'm usually in the truck by 6 in the morning, so it is past my bedtime.
Yeah, he's.
Where do you get cold glue, Ryan? Where do you get the cold glue?
I got it from Brandon David.
David.
It's like sticky, icky tab tape or something.
Does he have a website?
I don't know. I think I get it. I think I originally did, but there was a split in between the company, Brandon David and the other owner. So I just usually message Brandon David directly.
TDN is selling it. It looks like.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw the link up for him. for the tab tape.
Yeah, we'll try to do a call in Skype. I'm actually liking that.
Call me about call in Skype. Rick Bruce, Dings and Dents, Maryland. Hey, Rick, what's going on? Nice to see another guy from Maryland on here.
See, I mean, and then there's older guys.
Yeah, I just like he's in Gaithersburg, and then I guess he has a partner in Germantown too.
Nice.
Yeah, so not too far away.
Age doesn't make a difference, especially I think when it comes to PDR. We're all just as passionate as the next guy, and we could talk about tools, our complaints, our wins, our losses every day, and that's what builds that relationship and that friendship.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
All right, I think it also helps when you have guys in your area. Chris, hey, I need help with this hail car. Or, hey, I need help with this sales call. It's better to unite and have a wide network than it is for everybody to be a competitor.
Yeah,
definitely.
So
there's enough work. I mean, I can understand someone's maybe in a more rural area, something like that. The competition can be a little higher. But if you are in a somewhat bigger market, I don't be afraid to network with other guys. Call another guy up. Hey, what's up? I'm over here. Yada yada. Can we go for lunch one day? Or where do you kind of work and kind of gauge where they're? And I'll stay out of your area. Can you stay out of mine, but you just build that rapport. If you need help, I'll help you. And if I can get the help too, because I may need it. I may want to take a day off, or if I need to go do something, I have an emergency. If I can get someone else to come in and cover, I got a couple guys here that I know I can call on. And no problem. I'll take care of it for you. So
yeah, we actually have a competitor. I mean, it's a good friend of mine, but we have a competitor. I believe it's like 6 or 7 miles away from my shop. And oddly enough, there's not much overlap. So, we never really get a chance. We never really get customers kind of price shopping each other. It's his customers and it's my customers. Every now and then we'll have like 1 or 2 a month that overlap, but that's how close. I think the industry, the market itself, we do so much. Both of us, all of us, the PDR techs that are close in, we do so much kind of broadcasting that this is available. You don't have to go to the body shop. That the market is growing itself. So. I think if you get with a tech and you guys do work together, maybe you just simply say, hey, I'm gonna go to these body shops. I'm gonna pass out here, and then you go to the next, and kind of you build your own little area. Just letting the customers know that you guys can actually fix this damage. We were doing a workshop for estimators, and literally they didn't even know this stuff was able to be fixed, and the stuff that we were showing wasn't really that bad, but the PDR companies that just their knowledge, they just didn't know PDR have involved that much. So these are 15-year writers, adjusters that have been writing for insurance companies. So I guess just my recommendation is what we do is we always try to grow the industry more so than just grow our business. So that's a little word of some advice right there when you talk to your competitor.
Well, I think that's all the questions that I've read.
Yeah, I think so too.
And
I've got a good topic for next week, so I'll save it for next week. We're getting a little late on time. So I got something good that came up last week with another dent company, 2 other dent companies. And so it'll be a good one. I'll make sure I'll write it down and remember for next week. So you guys will enjoy this one.
Perfect. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And if you do, go ahead and write them down, make sure, or just leave a comment below and we'll definitely get to them. If you think of something later this week, if you guys are working, if you guys are looking to get in the industry, go ahead and leave a comment with any questions that you have, and we'll definitely try to be sure to answer them next week. And
if we missed something, we're sorry. The questions come in so fast.
They're coming in.
It's hard to keep up. So if you miss it, just comment. Yeah. And we will make sure it gets answered next week, or reach out to one of us on any of the social media platforms. We'll answer questions anytime.
Yep.
Definitely.
I'm Dave, Windy City Dent Repair, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Yelp, You can find me. Just Windy City Dent Repair. You can find me.
No LinkedIn. What's going on?
I'm trying to build a YouTube channel. Follow me on YouTube. If you guys are following on YouTube, Windy City Dent Repair, head on over there. I do a little different style than Chris over here. And, you know,
I'm
Chris is very informative.
Follow his.
Chris is very informative. I like it.
I like yours, Dave. Cinematic, yo. It's like I just want to go out and run outside and take a den out.
That's two for Dave. I'm more Dave too. Chris is more information. Dave is more my style.
Yeah.
And I'm still no YouTube. So
it's definitely entertaining. Dave's videos are very entertaining.
Ryan at RPS Dent Specialist, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Yelp,
coming soon.
Google. And we're
YouTube
still looking
coming soon for him.
We're still looking for a tech or a trainee in the Baltimore area. So if you guys are interested, send me a resume. RPS Dent Repair at Gmail. And off to you, Chris.
Chris, Dentless Touch, YouTube, of course, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I know I'm missing one, Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter. The best messenger right now is Facebook. So if you do want to message me, Facebook is the better messenger. Don't do Instagram. I won't see
If you guys need pens, hit me up. I got plenty of cases of pens out here delivered today. So
that's what I'm talking about right there. And don't forget, guys, please hit that thumbs up button on your way out. We greatly appreciate it. And go ahead and share the video, share the channel, check out Dave's channel. And hopefully we will definitely, well, you have that nice topic. Do you want to share the topic? No?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Do you want to share the topic?
Which topic is it?
For next week.
It's about two different talking mess about another company on a repair.
Okay. So all right.
How to handle other companies talking mess about something that wasn't even related to you. It doesn't involve me, but it's how you handle those situations.
All right. We'll talk about that. That's a good topic. All right, guys. Thanks.
Maybe we'll have Dave Johnson on since we brought him up a couple times about the snake tools.
Yeah, since he has them all, or
I think he's got a couple of them.
Yeah.
I don't think he has them all.
Perfect.
All
right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Take it easy.
See you next week.
Night.
See ya.